Hi there. If you've made it to this week's module, I want to pause and say something important. What you're doing isn't just behavior change, it's identity change. That means it's not just about what you eat or even what you stop eating. It's about how you live, where you live, how your space supports who you're becoming. So this week, we're going to talk about creating a home that doesn't just protect you, it holds you. You've already done some incredible work this month. In week 1, you learned to spot the invisible cues that can trigger cravings. And in week 2, you built protective systems like visual reminders and food prep zones. In week 3, you started to shift how you relate to others, especially around what you offer. And now in week 4, we're going to tie it all together. We're moving from reacting to triggers to creating safety by design. This is about shaping your home so it reflects your recovery identity, a place where healing isn't just allowed, it is embedded into your environment. Your brain is constantly scanning your environment for cues. These cues, sights, smells, sounds, objects, or even routines, activate neural pathways associated with either reward, danger, or safety. In addiction recovery, especially with processed food, those pathways can get hijacked. The crinkle of a package, a smell from a kitchen, the sight of a drawer where snacks used to be held. Those things light up your mesolimbic dopamine system. Even if you're not eating the food, the craving center of your brain is already engaged. But here's the good news. The same sensitivity to cues that once worked against you can start to work for you. Studies show that enriched environments, ones that are soothing, meaningful, or predictable, reduce relapse. They support emotional regulation, and they even help with identity formation. This week, we'll walk through exactly how to create that kind of space. The brain loves rhythm. When your days have some predictability in when and where you eat and sleep or wind down, your nervous system relaxes. You move from the fight, flight, freeze part of the brain into the rest, digest, and repair system. There's a strong evidence that predictable routines regulate cortisol, your primary stress hormone, and support better metabolic and immune function. So this is something you can try. Choose a consistent place to eat each day. Let it be simple, a spot at your kitchen table, or even the same seat in your living room. What this does is create a reliable cue for your nervous system. Over time, your brain starts to associate that spot with slowing down and nourishment. You can try lighting a candle or set a timer at the same time each evening. These kinds of daily rituals aren't just comforting, they help regulate your internal clock. You can create a 5-minute morning routine, something simple that tells your body, we're beginning again today. This improves executive functioning, the brain's center for follow-through and self-regulation. Different spaces cue different behaviors. Your brain codes spaces with associations. So part of recovery is repurposing spaces to support who you want to be. You can try this. Designate a recovery zone. Even a single chair or corner of a room, when repeatedly used for reflection or journaling, your brain begins to associate it with calm. Try adding a visual cue, a quote, a sticky note, a symbol of who you're becoming. Identity cues improve motivation. And here's another thing you can try. Make your eating space a screen-free zone. Eating with distractions impairs interoceptive awareness. Mindful eating supports regulation. One of the lesser-known drivers of cravings is dysregulation. When your space says you are held, your craving system doesn't have to step in. So you can try this. Keep a grounding object nearby. Sensory self-regulation helps calm the nervous system. Post an affirmation. fMRI studies show that affirmations activate motivational centers in the brain. Include one soothing item, a scent or a texture or sound that cues the vagus nerve to calm the body. Your home isn't just physical, it's relational. If people around you bring in triggering food or tease your efforts, it undermines your recovery. Try this. Ask someone to store certain foods out of sight. Visual cues significantly increase craving activity. Label what's yours and theirs. This helps reduce decision fatigue and preserve executive energy. Have one gentle conversation. I'm retraining my brain. Could we try a small change? Social support improves recovery outcomes. And here's where it gets tender. Sometimes when your home starts to feel safer, a part of you gets unsettled. This is too calm. Something bad must be coming. I don't recognize myself in this kind of peace. These are parts that have lived in chaos, and they're trying to protect you from future disappointment. You can try asking yourself, what scares you about this space feeling so safe? What are you afraid we'll lose if I start to let down my guard? What would help you feel included, even now? Recovery is not just physical. It's relational with every part inside you. So this week, choose one space, just one, and ask yourself, if I were already 5 years into recovery, what would this space look like? What message do I want this space to send back to me? Then make one symbolic change. Add a calming visual. Frame a quote. Set a boundary, like, this is where I don't scroll or snack. The change doesn't have to be big, it just has to be aligned. Okay, so let's take a moment and reflect together. If you can pause the video and jot these down, that would be very helpful. Or just let yourself think them through with me. Number one, where in your home do you already feel a sense of peace or support? Let's start with what's working. It might be your bathtub, a corner of your closet, a window that gets good light. Wherever it is, that place already holds some safety for you. How could you spend more time there? What spaces feel out of sync with who you're becoming? Think about this gently, not with judgment, just awareness. What space drains you or tempts you back into old patterns? What might that space need? A boundary? A change? A ritual? What parts of you resist creating calm? Is there a voice saying, you don't deserve that, or this won't last? See if you can notice it without pushing it away. That voice might be a part that's scared of change. What does it need? If your future self walked into your home today, what would they notice? This one's my favorite. Close your eyes if you can and picture the you who's been in steady recovery for quite a while. That version of you walks through your front door. What do they smile at? What do they bless? What do they change? Let their wisdom guide you. You don't need a Pinterest perfect house. You don't need to control every detail. But you do deserve a space that whispers back to you, you're safe. You're healing. You belong here. Each shift you make this week, each candle lit, each drawer reorganized, each agreement made is a vote for the life you're building. Your recovery isn't just inside you anymore. It's starting to show up in the world around you. Let your home hold that truth. We're in this together. Thank you.